Good evening, welcome to ITV News. This is Calendar with Katy Rickitt and Michael Billington.
Here are tonight's main stories. Good evening. First tonight to claims of a new north-south divide when it comes to care funding for people with disabilities.
Yes, a damning report suggests that spending per person in our region is thousands of pounds lower than in places like the South East, and that it has a huge impact on the quality of care that people receive.
The government insists it's committed to levelling up, and in a moment we'll hear about possible tax rises to pay for social care. But first, John Hill reports on one man with disabilities who's had to turn to a charity for help. The first day of the new school year is always an important one, and this year it's even more of a milestone as thousands of children return to the classroom without the COVID restrictions they faced for so long.
Yes, the government's relaxed rules on social distancing, mask wearing and class bubbles in the hope young people can get back to the kind of education they enjoyed before the pandemic.
But as Lisa Adlam reports, head teachers are still taking steps to keep them and their staff safe, aiming to avoid the closures which had such a heavy impact on schools and education. Now a committee of MPs is calling for a national register of homeschooled children, saying collecting more data will help ensure those children get a suitable education. But many home educators say that'll only increase their lack of trust in public bodies. Amrit Birdie reports. Still to come, concern. 6 people who were arrested after a crash involving 2 police cars on the M62 have been released on bail. A police officer suffered serious leg injuries when the car...
Next, while plenty of parents will relish a well-earned break after 6 weeks of looking after their children, others will no doubt also appreciate the financial respite of the return to school.
Yes, there are concerns that some of the region's poorest families are being priced out of being able to visit some of our area's most important historical attractions.
Some parents have told ITV News that after adding up entry fees with travel costs and parking charges, they simply can't afford to enjoy their area's heritage, as James Webster reports.
It'd be nice to see that rich history without feeling so poor. Next up, we've got the ITV Evening News that continues at 6:30 with more on the social care funding. Here's Mary Nightingale.
Mary, thank you. Now time for the sport. Well, Johnny's here in news of a new boxing world champion. Thank you very much indeed. I'll tell you what, I can't remember what I did on my 28th birthday, but...
didn't score a goal,
despite my obvious athletic prowess, I didn't make an international debut for England, but there you go.
Amazing, thank you so much, Johnny. Well, we thought we'd return to one of our main stories tonight because, of course, this is one of those days where your Facebook feed lights up with people putting pictures of their gorgeous little kids on their first day to school. So, It's been a mixed bag today, hasn't it? Because, of course, you've got excitement at going to school, but, of course, the worry about, COVID restrictions, when they're all lifting. Everyone's been through a lot. So we put a post out on Facebook to get some of your responses. We'll start off with Stacey Myers. She said, I just want life to be as normal as possible for my children. I am over COVID.
Michelle Anderson has been in touch. She said, everyone to themselves, 2 vulnerable people in my house, so I think people should have the option of online schooling. Like most parents, I don't want my child to miss out on her education, but she is worried about COVID.
Craig Faulkner also commented, most kids will have been to theme parks, the seaside, so if parents weren't concerned about allowing them to do that, then they shouldn't really be concerned about school.
Sarah Brooks been in touch. She said they need to get back into a routine. Kids are fantastic at using technology, but social interaction and communication skills also need to be developed.
Yeah, and most of the comments that we got were overwhelmingly positive and excited. This is Alison Claire Turton. She said, I was that parent who practically
Looks so cute, very, very smart. They've got the classic first day of school hairdo, which is what I had as well.
Hopefully not what Mum gave them. Let's have a look at what's going on with the weather forecast for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Joe. That's it from us. Our next update's at 10:30.
But for now, from all the team here at Calendar, have a wonderful evening and we will see you again later on tonight.
Bye-bye.